me out the cell. I'm so trapped inside myself. When I see me through my own eyes, you look uglier than hell. Wish you had touched upon my skin. I like the way you felt. Cause when I look into the mirror, I wish I saw somebody else.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a boy with some six-pack abs and a sweet Cadillac who would take the time to call me. I wish being father went the way of the game and my brain weren't always so hollow. I wish I wasn't so insistent on staying the same and that change didn't seem like a monster. I hide under covers, I layer like onions. Swear I'd be ogre, swear nobody loved me. Swear I'd be so self-pitying that even pity walked up and was like, damn dude, you need a hug B. All the king's men threw my pieces on junk heap. I'm something like Humpty, I'm a big walking eggshell, I crack into fragments. I used to be one piece, man, somebody love me, man, somebody love me.
Somebody get me out the cell.
I am Daniel Madison and these are Chris Ramsey's first playing cards. Chris, thank you so much for creating these. More importantly, thanks for printing the melted gaff playing card and including it with every single deck of first playing cards. Chris has already taught his handling and his trick, the Melted Queen, on his YouTube channel. If you've not seen it yet, go check it out. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 additional tricks that you can achieve with Chris Ramsey's Melted. What's good, Charlie? What's going on, boy? Doing alright? Yeah, not too bad, thanks. I am Daniel Madison, welcome back. Thanks for being here. Charlie and I appreciate you choosing to spend a bit more time with us today. The response to my last video, the Mad Slingshot, has been incredible, so thanks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my last video. I teach you how to chop sausages in half with playing cards, firing at 100 miles per hour. And it's the first time I did a competition for a giveaway for these Madison YouTube Advocates. The first of these are going to be given away. One thing that I didn't mention in the video is I'm not just going to give one deck away to one winner. There's going to be many winners. The competition's going on for a long time, so you've got plenty of time to partake. And although I'm giving away more than one of these decks of playing cards, the grand prize, the biggest win, will be what is inside this very special box set. These are the very decks of playing cards, the 2 decks of playing cards that I used to chop the sausages in half. Every single card in these 2 decks, they were fired at amber and the sausages, and I've personalized these decks. I've written a lovely little message on each one of the decks. Obviously these decks aren't in brilliant condition because they've been flung at 100 miles per hour at Amber's face. A little bit like Johnny's we can't say that joke, Charlie, we can't say that joke because it's not true. So this video, yesterday I watched Chris Ramsey's video about his first playing cards and a trick called the Melted Queen. Is that what it was called, Charlie? The Melted Queen. So Chris's deck's first playing cards from brother Chris Ramsey. Thanks, Chris. When I first saw this playing card quite a few years back, I came up with a few ideas myself and I've never shared them, mainly because I've never had one of these playing cards. Now that I've got one, I'm very happy to be able to share with you my ideas and my thoughts on Chris Ramsey's Melted Queen. So if we take out those 3 playing cards, we have the 4 of spades, the Queen of hearts, and then the actual gaff. The whole concept, the idea is that we take these 2 playing cards, the 4 of spades and the Queen of hearts, and we make them merge, we make them melt into each other to become an impossible object, one playing card. Obviously, goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway, Charlie. This playing card needs to be hidden right up until the very end, or right up until the revelation. There's a part of this, there's a design of this playing card that I think deserves a golf clap, which is if you hold the gaff playing card underneath the Queen of Hearts like this, it can look like a normal 4 of spades. So you can hold these 2 playing cards together and it looks just like you're holding the Queen and the 4 of spades. It doesn't quite work the other way because the Queen has melted, but holding these cards like this, is an incredible convincer and buys us a lot of time and loses a moment from the deception. So I'm going to start with the gaff playing card, with the melted playing card at the very bottom of the deck of playing cards. We're going to be holding these in a very specific way. I'm going to have the Queen of Hearts on the bottom, the Four of Spades on top of it like this. This does a few things. It sets us up a little bit. When we hold these two playing cards like this, we are clearly showing a complete and normal Four of Spades. That won't make sense in a moment. I'm going to hold the deck so that nobody can see the bottom playing card. I'm going to get a break underneath that bottom playing card, so there's a little gap between that card and the deck. Now I'm going to take these two playing cards as I'm talking about them, and I'm going to put the Queen of Hearts on top of the melted playing card like so. Then I'm going to put finger 2 of my right hand underneath into the break, and I'm going to pick up that playing card with the Queen of Hearts. So I've gone from being able to clearly display and hold and use freely these playing cards like this. Now when I'm talking, I'm going to come over to the bottom of the deck, very casually come back, take two playing cards, turn the deck face down. Now I can take these two playing cards and turn them both face down on top of the deck. When I do this, I'm going to pull the Four of Spades towards me ever so slightly, so that when they go on top of the deck, the 4 is pointing towards me. This makes it easier for me to pick up two playing cards. My thumb goes here. Now I pick these two playing cards up, put the deck down in this position, and you're probably going to be in the same position too. I'm not sure which way around the melted playing card is, but it's very easy because I want to display these two playing cards as two playing cards once again. So I'm going to hold them with the backs towards my audience like this. Now I can clearly see which way up these two playing cards need to be. So I know that I need to turn this around. So I'm going to close those playing cards together, and I'm simply just going to put them in my hand like this, and then I'm going to spread just enough to show that Four of Spades like this, and then I'm going to hold them like this between my thumb and finger 1. This is the moment where I can do quite a few different things. Now bear in mind I'm doing everything at a table right now, so I can take advantage of lapping. Now I'm sat a bit high up in this chair, not giving myself enough lapping room, so I'm gonna go down a little bit. Now I'm gonna take these two playing cards and I'm gonna wave them a few times like this, and then I'm gonna show, and I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna wave, and then when I come to do another wave, I'm gonna drop the Queen of Hearts onto my lap, and then I'm gonna slowly stop waving and drop playing card to the table, and it should look like those playing cards have melted together. Now this obviously needs some patter, it needs some explanation as we're doing it. When I'm waving these, I could be saying, I'm going to try and make these two playing cards stick together. Actually, I'm not going to make these two playing cards try and stick together. I'm going to try and make them one. And now they're one playing card. So that's the lapping method. Now, when it comes to lapping, you don't have to try and hide it too much, especially if you know that your angles are safe. I can do this very slowly like this. A little bit of a distraction would be me moving the deck. So I could do this, and now I could come back up here and the move is already done. I've simply just dropped it as you were distracted, as I added a little bit of shade. Very important that the deck's on this side of me because I can reach over with my arm, adding all this shade. Meanwhile, this Queen of Hearts is just sliding off onto my lap as I move this here. Now I can come back with the wave and I'm done. Now let's go back a moment to the deck of playing cards being on my left side, in line with my left shoulder. I built a habit out of this. Whenever I'm putting the deck down on the table, I'll always put it over here, because me reaching with my right hand to move this deck or to take this deck, it adds so much shade and gives us so much deceptive opportunity. We can take advantage of that once again with a very specific move in which we're going to steal the top playing card. We're going to steal the Queen of Hearts from these two playing cards as we move the deck, and that looks a little bit like this. So I've got the playing cards, I'm waving them here, and then I go and move the deck to the side here, and then I continue waving and I put this down, and the playing cards have been merged, melted together. Now this is a very simple idea I've used many times for card switches, for deck switches. I'll leave a link to a few videos that use this technique, and it's very simple. I hold both playing cards like this. When I'm going to reach over to the deck, my hand's coming over in a way that can afford to take a Tenkai steal of that Queen of Hearts. To help me with this, as my hand comes over, I'm going to push the Queen over like this. Now it's in a perfect position to get the Tenkai, and I take the deck and move it over here and start waving the playing card, and the trick is complete. Obviously don't let this happen, that was a bad idea. The next idea takes advantage of a snap change. If you don't know what a snap change is, search it on YouTube. There are thousands of lessons on the snap change. Not something I've ever really wanted to teach, but you get to the same position where you're holding the gaff playing card behind the Queen of Hearts. This time you're going to display these playing cards forward towards your audience. So I'm going to hold them in the snap change position. So fingers 1 and 2 go over the lower index. My thumb goes on the back of the gaff playing card. Now from this position, I hold them up towards my audience like this. So I hold them up to display both the 4 and the Queen, and I'm going to shake them like this. I'm going to do this a few times, and then on the last one, I'm going to slip that playing card into some kind of a finger thumb palm, achieving the snap change. Now notice that I do the snap change very slowly because I'm trying to avoid that noise and that motion, and because the cards are moving around, I can afford to move those playing cards really slowly. So you're seeing this, and I could say, so if I move the 4 and the Queen like this, blurring your vision, it kind of looks like they're merged together. It kind of looks like they're melting together, just like this. Obviously that pattern was horrible, but yeah, come up with your own pattern, make something more interesting than your cards melt together, yay! This next idea is probably my favorite trick of all of these tricks in this video, and you're gonna need some double-sided sticky tape. Anybody who's seen and learned my trick RIP or RIP, the Torn and Restore playing card, this is very similar in its mechanics. You need some double-sided sticky tape, and I'm gonna have this sticky tape stuck to my right palm, right at the flange of your hand. There we go. Nobody's gonna see this, and it's in a position where I can afford to use and hold playing cards very normally. You'll find that the playing cards very rarely touch this part of your hand. Now we're back in this position, and I've displayed these 2 playing cards a few times with the Queen in front of the gaff. Now I need to reverse these playing cards. So when I lift them up like this, as I'm talking, I'm gonna separate them. Very simply put them back together, so now the gaff playing card is here with the Queen of Hearts on top. Now I'm going to take these 2 playing cards and put them down on the surface like this, or I'm going to put them in my participant's hand. When they're in the spectator's hand like this, I'm going to use the sticky tape and I'm going to say, put your other hand on top of them like this, and I've just stole the Queen of Hearts. So with the card here, they're like this, and their playing cards are held here like this, and I say put your other hand on top like this. Now as soon as I see their other hand coming up on top, I take my hand away. So I say put your other hand on top like this. As their hand's coming up, I take this hand down at my side. By the time it's all happened, they've got their hand on top, and they swear to the heavens that they're holding 2 playing cards. You can do this also on a table. In this case, I'm going to square them up, because on a table I can take advantage of showing off that there really are 2 playing cards there. So I square them up and I say, look, take your hand and put it on top of these playing cards like this. Now they put their hand on top, I get away with the Queen of Hearts, I put it down my side, and I say press down hard and you will feel something. When you say this to somebody in a magic trick, they swear, they will say,
oh yeah, I can feel something.
Have them lift their hand to reveal there's just 1 playing card there. At first they might think that one of the playing cards has vanished, and it's a beautiful moment when they turn this over and you don't have to explain, because they can see and they can figure out themselves what has happened. Meanwhile, you're getting rid of the Queen of Spades. The sticky tape is still attached to your hand, and you can use this for another trick. Now the final trick, the granddaddy of these tricks, is purely for the cameras. This time we're going to be using gaff and gimmicks and the magic of black art. I've got some black paper, I've got some double-sided sticky tape, I've got some skizzers. Charlie, it's time for arts and crafts with Papa Madison. I'm going to take the Queen of Hearts and the 4 of Spades out of the red first deck. I'm going to stick black paper to the back of these 2 playing cards. For anybody who doesn't know what black art is, I made a video called How to Do Black Magic, link in video description. It is the simple idea of having a black surface and then taking advantage of that, and especially with cameras, this works beautifully with cameras. If I hold this playing card like this, as an example, when I drop it and it turns face down, because it's black on black, you can't see it. I mean, if you're here with me in this room, you can see this clearly, but fortunately, I can play around with Final Cut in the edit and turn all the blacks down so that this completely vanishes in the edit. So as wonderful as this would be to be able to perform this kind of magic to somebody right in front of them, it's not really possible, but it does make for a beautiful Instagram video. So this is now a very, very simple idea. We want to hide the gaff playing card behind one of these playing cards back to back. So I'm going to turn this face down I'm going to put it behind the Queen of Hearts, and I'm going to hold it in place very carefully. Now, if I hold them like this, sausage getting in my way as usual. If I now drop these playing cards so that they turn over, you get 2 playing cards vanishing and 1 appearing. Now, if you make it look like those playing cards are coming together so that you try and make them land like this, then on film, it's going to look like those playing cards went together and landed into each other. What? This is something that's not going to look too good when you're doing it for yourself, but when you get to editing, even if you're doing this on your iPhone, you can go into the edit and you could turn the blacks all the way down so that it completely vanishes the difference, the discrepancy between the black that you're using on the back of the playing cards and the surface that you're choosing to use. I've got quite a few more ideas with the melted playing card, but to be respectful to Chris, I'm not going to share them. I'm going to leave them for Chris. If you haven't picked any of these up yet, the first playing cards, I'll leave a link in the video description. It's an incredible deck, and so far it's the only deck that you're going to be able to achieve the melted queen trick with. I'll be back very soon, and I'm going to do a follow-up video to my black magic video. I'm also going to teach you a few more things with the mad slingshot, including how to make playing cards whistle. And there's still plenty of time to win the Madison YouTube Advocates, as well as this special one-of-a-kind prize. Hashtag mad slingshot. Special thanks to Chris Ramsey for making such a beautiful trick. Thanks to you for spending this time with me. I'm Daniel Madison. See you next time.
Somebody get me out the cell. I'm so trapped inside myself.